Well, hello everybody, it's Dr. Carmen Bryant. How are you guys doing? So I know you guys are going to get this video after, but I just wanted to come in and let you guys know that I changed the schedule of the Sunday coming back on live because of Super Bowl Sunday. And so I had to change some of my videos up because I'm going to come in and talk about the topic I was going to talk about in the live. And so I wanted to talk about flooding. So there are several different floodings that I'm going to do, and so there'll probably be more than one part. Forgive me for this sunshine. It's beautiful. Let me go and help me. Well, I guess that's not going to help me. But anyway, so we're going to be talking about flooding. The first flooding that I'm going to talk about when we're talking about narcissist flooding, and sometimes it may not be the narcissist that's doing the flooding, but we're still going to talk about the flooding. The first thing we're going to talk about is emotional flooding. What is emotional flooding? A lot of times used by narcissists. So emotional flooding is a strategic tactic that is used by narcissists to overwhelm their victims or overwhelm people, usually their victims, their targets, to overwhelm them with a flood of emotions. And the way that they do that is to flood you with either criticism. It's a tactic of manipulation. So they're either going to criticize you, they're going to give you praise, they're going to overwhelm you with love and attention. It's just like the love bombing, right? But their whole purpose is power and control. And so how do they do that? They look for what it is that they can use those that intense flow of emotions to get you intensely connected in emotions with something that you may need. So what is it you may be desperate for? Praise. You may be desperate for attention, but they flood you, or criticize you a lot. And so what do you see going on around you, whether it's in a mother-daughter, father-son, a romantic relationship, business relationship, leadership positions? What do? They flood you with hope as well. Hope is the last thing to go. So they flood you with that hope. I'm going to do this for you. That future faking. I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to love you more. I'm going to fix myself. I'm going to fix this, or that intense, I pay attention to your needs. What are your needs? And I'm going to fight for your needs. I'm going to fight for your love. I'm going to fight for your attention. I'm going to give you what it is that you are desperate for the most. Or I'm going to criticize you on all the things that you're doing. You're a horrible father. You're a horrible mother. This is what you need to do and you're not doing this. And this is what you need to do at work, and this is what you need to do with your children, or this is, you have failed. They connect you to some of the stories that you have told them in reference to your life. You're just like your mother, you're just like your father, you're headed in that same direction. So they're flooding you, and it makes you, it's almost like it pulls away your stability, and now you are unstable when it comes, you're confused. So what they're basically doing is hijacking your emotional state. They're hijacking your emotional state, and they make you feel disoriented and unstable. So you're trying to figure out, because you're confused, that cognitive dissonance. So now you're unstable, you're confused, you know the truth, you got that gut instinct, you got that feeling, you can't quite put your finger on it, and then your emotions are overriding. Because now, for many of you, you've come up as people pleaser, you're codependent, you're in that perfectionism, so you got to do it right, but they don't like me, now you're concerned about, how they feel about you, you're worried about how they're thinking about you, so you're making decisions, and you're making decisions that are not wise decisions because your emotions are override. So they have hijacked your emotions to make you do certain things in order to stabilize. So some of you are even fawning. You're in that fawning because I got to stabilize their emotions to make them like me because I feel rejected and I feel abandoned. Those emotions are coming back up. So they're hijacking your emotions. But this is a part of that cycle of abuse. That is a part of the narcissist cycle. And many of you may look at it in terms of a romantic relationship. It's not always in terms of a romantic relationship. It can be friendships. It can be business relationships. It can be in leadership positions where they're abusing those emotions to get what they want. And a lot of times, as I've said, their basic foundation is that fear tactic. They use fear tactic. But in this situation, they're flooding the emotions. They're flooding the emotions to gain control over you, especially if they feel they can get their foot in the door and you have some type of emotional weakness that they can hijack. They want power and control. I've told you guys this before. That's that power and control. So that's flooding the emotions. So remember, we talked about in the past about the trauma bonding or that Stockholm syndrome. That's where that emotional flooding, it's almost like the glue that brings it all together. That emotional flooding, that's what causes that trauma to bond. That trauma bond, that traumatic bonding, that what I just say a minute ago. The Stockholm syndrome. When they give you those highs and those lows, remember, they reward you when you do something that they want you to do. So they reward you with the praise, the time, they breadcrumb you. They praise you for job well done. I'm going to give you something to reward you for your loyalty. I'm going to give you something to reward you for your loyalty to me and for doing what I say. And if you don't do what I say, I'm going to punish you. I'm going to take away your livelihood. I'm going to take away something that you need. I'm going to take away, your food, your insurance, your money, your livelihood. I'm going to take away something to cause you to suffer. Your children, your pets, your homes, whatever I can attack you with. That's what I'm going to attack you with, to punish you until you bring your loyalty back online with what I'm demanding of you. And what I'm demanding of you is total control. I'm going to isolate you because I want total control. I want your loyalty. I don't want you to question me. I don't want you to question what I'm doing. I just need you to be loyal. And if you do what I tell you to do, I will reward you by breadcrumbing you. I'll never give you everything. I'll just breadcrumb you to make you keep on following behind me, to make you keep doing what I tell you to do, to make you answer the way that I want you to answer. So you have gotten to a point where you don't even have any thoughts of your own. You are operating out of total control from this narcissist because I love them, because they can fire me, because, I don't have anywhere else to go, because, I have no choice. Isn't that what happens in Stockholm syndrome? They're in a position, a life or death situation, in which this other person has total control over the decision that they can make over this person's life. That whether they can unalive you, whether they can take something from you. So your thing is, now I'm going to side with this person, because by siding with this person, I can get my needs met. If I don't side with this person, or if I don't fawn, meaning that I concern myself more with this person's emotions and feelings than, myself, then I'm going to concern myself with you. Forget my well-being, forget my livelihood. I'm just going to make sure, because if I do that, I can get what I need. That's that cycle of narcissist abuse that happens not just in romantic relationships, but leadership, in businesses, in partnerships with your boss. But it's a constant cycle. Remember, idealization. And then what happens after idealization? That devaluation, then that discard, then that hoovering, then the love bombing, then the idealization. This is a permanent cycle in these type of situationships. And most of you are thinking, but where am I supposed to go to get another job? Where am I supposed to go for my livelihood? Where am I supposed to go because I'm limited in my finances? This might be that season. This might be that time, because a lot of you are very talented at what you do. You're very gifted. You're very talented. You don't see it. You may not see it, but there's a reason why you are where you are. And you can make your own money. You can create your own businesses. You, my dear, are the answer to somebody's problem. And most of the time, we're in positions where we're making millions of dollars for someone, millions of dollars for someone with the talent and gift that you have, or you wouldn't be where you are. This is one of the main reasons why I'm getting ready to start a coaching program, to help you tap into your gifts and talent and create a business to have your own flow of income. Because the one thing you want to do is take the power away from the narcissist. How do you take the power away? Look and see where it is that they hold it above your head. What are they holding above your head? What is it that they're using to control you that causes you to fawn and to give in every time? If it's your emotions, if it's relationships, situationships, you're going to have to make some very hard decisions that may hurt right now, but in the end has a benefit to get you free of the bondage that you're in. But that's what that emotional flooding is. It's a manipulative tactic. A manipulative tactic excuse me, tactic to maintain control over your emotions by using a flood of emotions.